Okay, so one day in December 2015, three two-digit prime numbers, A, B, and C, were given to three members of the ECC math team. They had a conversation. Let me just briefly go through the conversation. It says if you add two of the numbers together, again, these are prime numbers, you'll get precisely today's date. So the other one says if you add the numbers together, two of the numbers together, not his number, but the other, we get my birthday this month. Carlotta, yeah, I'm not trying to memorize, they're saying add two of the numbers together. What do I know? They're two-digit numbers and they're prime numbers, but I know they add them together. So I want to point out the first prime number, a two-digit, would be 11. Next one would be 13. The next one would be 17. And the next number would be 19. Now, by the way, I can't go beyond 19. And the reason for that, if I'm adding two of these numbers together, 19 plus, well, if I went to the next number, which is 23, it would exceed it. Right away, 23 is out of the question because 23 plus the smallest number is out of the range of 31. So let me erase this over here. I only got four numbers to consider, by the way, and that's a good thing. I want to tell you what the numbers were given to these people. Like I say, A was given to this guy, the number B was given to this guy, and number C was given to this guy, all right? Now, again, these are two-digit numbers, and let me just read this. They're prime numbers. It says, the first statement says, if you add your numbers, right, that's B plus C, we get today's date, all right? Now, what does it mean? Well, the largest of these two numbers here that you could add together to get a date number, the date's have to be between 1 and 31. It would be 19 and 11, which is 30, or 17 plus 13, which is 30. So it could be 30. What's the smallest it could be, though? Thinking about it, I mean, you could use the number 11 twice because I've not seen any restriction on that so far, right? So 11 would be 22. So one thing I know that that B plus C, whatever those numbers are, they have to be between 22 and 30 at this point. All right, let me keep reading it. And as I read this thing, I'm going to say B plus C is today's date again. When I say the date, the number of the month, like 1, 2, the number of the day in the month, like 1, 2, 3, up to 31, right? But I know it's between 22 and 30. Let me look at the next statement, and this is from B. It goes on to say that if you add their numbers together, which is A plus C, let's see, they get the birthday. They get a birthday over here, which was before today, all right? So a birthday before today. Well, if it's before today, it's got to be less than something. And what's today? Today is B plus C. All right. Let's go to Carlotta. If you add two of your numbers, that means A and B, we get my birthday. That's not the birthday, by the way. This month, which is after today. So it's greater than B plus C. All right, I think I got a relationship over here. A kind of strange one, though, isn't it? It's A plus C is less than B plus C is less than A plus B. And I know these are strictly have to be less than or equal to 30. I would say strictly, that's not strict, it's kind of lax because it could equal that number. And it's got to be greater than or equal to 11. I'm sorry, 22. Right, we discussed that in the beginning, by the way. Let me just keep reading the question, by the way. And it says over here, there's a question at the end of this thing is, what number did Carlotta get? All right. And kind of looking at this over here, what I do know, looking at this thing over here, let me just go. I'm going to have to erase some things. That A is less than B. I know that by looking at this first inequality over here, and that looking at the last one, let me just think about that. That the C has to be less than A in the last one. How am I doing that? Basically, I'm subtracting C from both sides of this first guy here. That would mean A is less than B. And then when I look at this guy over here, I subtracted B from both sides. Now that's how I got C less than A. All right? So let's take a look at it. And I have to really think about this thing. So there's two possibilities for B plus C now. I want to point out what I mean by that. It's between these things. And I'm going to say B plus C. I'm looking at my set of numbers, by the way. Has to be less than A plus B. And it's a strict inequality, by the way. They've got to be less. So I'm looking at this thing over here, and I'm saying it could be 24. That's 11 and 13, by the way. And then B plus C, 24. And it also could be, what other number? Could be 29, maybe. Is that possible? I think so. Maybe that's possible, 29. But there's no numbers that would give me 29, is there? So I say B plus C really has to be 24. Couldn't be 29. There's two numbers that give you 20. There's two numbers that give you 24. Yeah, 11 and 13. $11 and 13, right? That's the only two numbers that give you 24. I'm trying to think of how to get this thing arranged. And then A plus C. It's always tough. It's like a transitive property. I'm looking at this thing over here. And A plus C. Let me think for a moment. I got to think. So C is less than B. So C's got to be smaller than B, right? So again, the two numbers 24. So what would C have to be? C would have to be 11. So 11 and 13, right? It's got to be strictly smaller then. So I can say C is 11. And we're done. Thank you.